The Kai Season 8 is finally here, and trust me, this first episode ain't wasting no time. That Season 7 finale left us all in shock, mad, and low-key confused, but now, it's about to get messy. Like, everybody's secrets, lies, and bad decisions are coming back to bite them all at once. I'm talking betrayals, heartbreak, and moves that could either save somebody's life or end it right there. And the wildest part? This episode's making it real clear, nobody's safe. And the streets ain't forgiving anybody this time. We're picking up right where we left off, and yeah, that means Vic and Shad are in deep. The way word spread about Alicia's death, the whole block's buzzing. And you can feel the heat closing in. Now, I don't care what anybody says. Moving that body was the dumbest thing they could have done, but in Vic's mind, it was about protecting somebody he cared about, and in Shad's mind, it was about loyalty. Problem is, loyalty don't look too good when the cops start asking why your fingerprints are all over the crime scene. And if you think the police in the Kai are about to do some deep, careful investigation, you clearly haven't been paying attention. If the real killer don't pop up soon, they're gonna pin this whole thing on the easiest targets, and right now, that's Vic and Shad. Meanwhile, Tiff's life is hanging by a thread. She's dealing with the loss of Alicia. She just had her baby, and now Vic's gone, too. How much can one person take? The hospital walls feel like they're closing in on her. And the only people she can even halfway trust right now are Kesha and maybe Emmett. If he can even handle all that chaos at home, I can already see her trying to figure out her next move. 'Cause she knows staying put ain't an option with all the trouble circling. She's gonna want to grab her baby and get somewhere safe fast. But here's the twist, safe doesn't really exist in the Kai anymore. And then there's Nuck. Listen, Tiff might be hurting, but she's not stupid. Alicia never trusted him. And the fact that she ended up dead right after he rolled through, that's the kind of thing you don't forget. Nuck's the type to smooth talk his way out of anything, but if Tiff starts connecting dots, he's gonna feel that pressure. She might even start asking her own questions, and if that happens, Nuck better watch his back, 'cause she's got nothing to lose at this point. Over on the other side, Barry's fighting his own battles. Losing Alicia hit him harder than he's willing to admit, and it's making him rethink everything. That moment when he asked Nuck if he was the one who killed her, yeah, that wasn't just small talk. That was the start of him pulling away from the streets. But walking away ain't easy when you're tied to somebody as unpredictable as Nuck. One wrong word, one wrong look, and it could all blow up. If Barry wants to get out for real this time, he's gonna have to play it smart and maybe risk it all for that shot at peace with Nay. And then we can't forget about Reggie. This man's making moves like he's untouchable, but I promise you, he's one slip away from everything crashing down, robbing Alicia's place. Yeah, that's gonna come back around. If there's even one security camera catching him in that safe room, it's a wrap. And with Candace walking around like she just hit the jackpot, rocking anything that could be traced back to Alicia, they're both walking targets. Reggie might be trying to keep it low, but deep down he knows the streets are watching. And in the Kai, eyes are always everywhere. By the time the sun comes up in the Kai, word about Alicia's death has traveled way beyond the block. Everybody's got their own version of the story, and every version makes Vic and Shad look worse. Some folks swear they saw them leaving the scene. Others are saying they heard yelling before the shots. You know how it goes, rumors spread faster than facts out here, and the cops, they're loving it. Every piece of gossip is another reason to keep Vic and Shad in that interrogation room longer. The detectives are gonna push hard, using every trick to make one of them crack. It's not even about the truth, it's about closing the case. And when you've already been labeled as guilty, the truth don't matter much. Meanwhile, Tiff's wheels are turning. She's in that hospital room, baby sleeping in her arms. But her mind's running a mile a minute. She's thinking about who she can actually trust, who's really writing for her, and who's just hanging around until it's convenient to disappear. And Nuck, he's number one on her watch closely list. She remembers every little thing Alicia ever told her about him, every warning, every side eye. The more she plays it back, the more it makes sense. If Nuck had something to do with this, Tiff knows she's gonna have to be smart. She can't just call him out. That's how people end up gone in the city. Over at Emmett's, life's about to get chaotic. If Tiff ends up there, it's not just her and the baby, it's her grief, her fear, her anger. And Kesha's already got her own hands full. We're talking to newborns crying at the same time, kids running through the house, and tensions rising in the middle of the night. This ain't gonna be some peaceful healing space. It's gonna be raw, loud, and messy, but underneath all that chaos, there's still love. And that's what makes it dangerous, because love will make you do reckless things to protect your people. Barry's side of the story is getting darker, too. After that conversation with Nuck, he's been lying low, watching, listening. He's picking up on small things, whispers, side glances. People suddenly going quiet when he walks by. It's like everybody knows something he doesn't, and that's eating at him. If he finds out for sure that Nook had a hand in Alicia's death, it might not just push him to leave, it might push him to do something he can't take back. And Barry knows once you cross certain lines, there's no coming back. Reggie, on the other hand, is moving like he's got 9 lives. He's out here trying to stack money, expand his crew, and act like Alicia's death don't even faze him. But deep down, he's shook. He knows if anyone finds out he was at that spot before she died, it's over. And with Candace, man, she's the weak link. She's the type to flash what she's got without thinking twice, and in the Kai, that's how you get caught. If she slips up and somebody recognizes something that used to belong to Alicia, that's all it takes for the wrong people to connect the dots. And in this city, dots don't stay unconnected for long. By midday, the whole city feels like it's holding its breath. Vic and Shad are still stuck in that station, and the detectives are working them from every angle. First, it's calm questions, pretending to be on their side. Then it's flipping the table, throwing in lies, saying the other one already talked. They want to crack in the story, just one slip, but Vic's got that stubborn streak. And Shad's running on pure guilt, which makes him unpredictable. And when you're unpredictable in an interrogation room, you're dangerous to yourself. If one of them says the wrong thing out of frustration, that's it. On the outside, Tiff's starting to make moves that she's keeping quiet about. She's got her phone tucked under her blanket, texting someone we probably wouldn't expect. She knows she can't go head-to-head with Nook, not yet, so she's reaching out to people who owe her favors, people who've been in situations like this before. She's not just trying to protect herself, she's trying to line things up for Vic too, because in her mind, he's the only one who ever really came through for her without asking for something back. And if that means playing a long game to get Nook exposed, so be it. At Emmett's place, the cracks are already showing. It's not even been a full day, and the tension is thick. Emmett's trying to keep the peace, but he's stuck between Kesha's side-eye and Tiff's restless energy. The noise, the stress, the unspoken pain, it's all simmering. And here's the thing, in the Kai, houses full of tension are like magnets for trouble. Word gets out, people notice, and trouble always knows how to find the front door. Barry's day takes a turn when one of Nook's guys pulls him aside. The conversation is short, quiet, but heavy, a reminder of where his loyalties are supposed to be. It's the kind of talk that's half threat, half warning. Barry walks away without saying much. But inside, it's boiling. The streets are telling him to stay in line, but his heart's telling him it's time to get out. And that kind of pull into directions, that's how mistakes get made. Reggie's still moving around like he's untouchable, but the walls are closing in faster than he realizes. Hannibal's been out on the block, and he's overhearing stuff, people talking about Alicia's place, about missing bags, about money that don't add up. That's how he builds slowly. Then all at once, Reggie thinks he's controlling the flow, but the streets don't work like that. Somebody's always listening, and somebody always wants the upper hand. By the time the day starts to fade, every main player in the Kai is either in trouble, in denial, or making plans in the dark. And the craziest part, nobody even knows the half of what's coming yet. Night falls in the Kai, and that's when the real moves start. The streets look calm from the outside, but under the surface, everybody's making plays. Vic and Shad are finally released from the station, but it's not a win, it's a setup. The cops didn't let them go because they're innocent. They let them go because they think the streets will do the rest. Out here, walking free can be just as dangerous as being locked up, especially when everyone's whispering your name in connection to a murder, and Vic knows it. That walk from the station to wherever he's headed next feels longer than ever. With every shadow looking like it's about to make a move, Tiff's already a step ahead, though. She catches wind that Vic's out, and even though she's still in that hospital bed, she's more focused on getting to him than resting. Her instincts are screaming that time's running out, not just for him, but for her too. She's got her plan forming piece by piece, and the people she's been texting, yeah, they're starting to move. And if Nook catches even a hint of what she's up to, it's gonna be a problem she can't talk her way out of. Over at Emmett's, the tension hits a breaking point. Kesha's not here for all the secrets. She sees Tiff's face when her phone buzzes. She sees the way she looks out the window like she's expecting someone. And Kesha's not dumb, she knows when somebody's plotting. But calling Tiff out in front of everyone, that would light the whole house up. So she holds it in for now. Barry, on the other hand, is done holding it in. He makes a late-night trip to Sine, partly to check on her, partly because she's the only person who can pull him back from doing something reckless. But even as they talk, his phone won't stop lighting up with messages from people in Nook's circle. They're watching him, keeping tabs, making sure he doesn't drift too far from the fold. That kind of pressure has a way of breaking a man down, and Barry's close to the edge. And then there's Reggie. He's not home, he's not laying low, he's out. meeting with Hannibal and Keith in a quiet backroom of some spot that looks closed from the outside. He's grilling them about what they've heard, piecing together the street version of Alicia's murder. But Reggie's problem is that he's too focused on controlling the story, and not focused enough on the fact that his name's starting to get mentioned in the wrong conversations. Somebody's been asking questions about Alicia's designer bags, about the money she kept stashed, and about who might have been bold enough to take it. And the thing about stolen things in the Kai? They always have a way of finding their way back to the truth, or at least to someone willing to spill it. By midnight, the city's buzzing again. Not loud, not chaotic, but alive with whispers, deals, and plans that could shift everything by sunrise. By the early hours, the Kai feels like it's holding its breath again, but this time, it's the kind of silence that comes right before something blows up. Vic's back in his spot, but he can't shake the feeling that eyes are on him from every direction. Every car that slows down, every figure standing too long on the corner. It's all got him on edge, and he's right to be paranoid. Somebody's tailing him, moving quiet, watching his every step. Whether it's the cops trying to keep tabs or somebody from the streets looking to handle business, Vic doesn't know yet, but either way, the danger's real. Tiff finally gets herself discharged from the hospital and she's moving fast. No big goodbyes, no explaining, just gone. She's not even going straight home. She's got her baby, a bag, and one destination in mind: find Vic before someone else does. She's running on instinct now. And it's that kind of desperation that can lead to bold or reckless choices. Every block she turns, she's checking over her shoulder because in the Kai, you're never just walking alone. Back at Emmett's, the tension finally snaps. Kesha can't keep quiet anymore and calls Tiff out in front of everyone about her secret phone calls and disappearing acts. It's heated, messy, and loud enough that it draws attention from outside and out here. Arguments have a way of attracting the wrong kind of audience. There's a knock at the door. One of those knocks that freezes everybody in the room, and for a second, no one even breathes. Bari's night turns into a test he wasn't ready for. Nuck calls him personally, no middleman, telling him to show up somewhere. The tone in Nuck's voice, it's not a request. Bari knows this could be the moment he either proves he's still loyal or sets himself up to be a target. And deep down, he also knows if he goes, it might not be to talk. And Reggie? He's too busy trying to cover his tracks to notice that the net's already tightening. Somebody close to him has been talking, maybe even Candace, without realizing it, and now details about Alicia's stash are spreading faster than he can shut them down. Word on the street is that somebody's willing to pay for proof of who took it. And when money gets involved, silence becomes expensive. The episode closes with all these threads pulled tight. Vic being followed, Tiff closing in on him, Kesha's house about to get unwanted company, Bari walking into what could be a trap, and Reggie standing in a room where someone's already decided he's guilty. And just like that, the Kai reminds us, in this city, you don't wait for trouble. Trouble's already waiting for you.